2007, 2008, 2009. And, at that time, I was very, social media was still young, but I was very uncomfortable with trying to build online and things like that.
Right.
Until, I want to say like 2020. And what was interesting is that those brothers specifically, there was like a handful of brothers that kept contact with me and kept asking me, what does this mean? What does that mean? Can you show me this? Can you show me that? So, I don't know what got into me. I think it was me coming back into the country after I lived abroad for a little bit. That I was like, you know what? I want to travel, and I would love to expose as many as I could to this knowledge to the best of my ability,
Right.
and make it relevant for them. So I reached out to the brothers out of Mexico, and I was like, listen, I would love to plan a trip out there, man. And why don't you gather up some of those brothers that you that were interested in that, always flocked in your cipher, and we'll get together and we'll start building, man. And when I started doing that, the hip hop scene is a very big scene in Latin America. They really are into that boom bap, authentic, hip hop from the roots.
Okay.
And one of the brothers that I was building with back in like the early 2000s, he was from Spain. And I remember giving him mathematics, alphabet, and I remember buying Message to the Black Man for him. And me and him, we had a good relationship, and the dude blew up musically. I mean, like he blew up. He was touring Latin America. He stopped by law school. I don't remember what year it was, but I remember him stopping there during the tour. And I was like, damn, man, this brother is bigger. Like, to me, he was just like, hey, how you doing? Everything good? It was just a regular A, B, and C conversation.
Right.
And, he ended up touring the world. And I was like, wow. And because of that, he exposed a lot of people. The name of his album was 5%. That was the name, and that was the name of his album. And I did the introduction to his album. I did not realize how big that album was going to be and how big his music was, and how much of an influence that he was going to have, not only in Mexico, but in Colombia, in Argentina, in Venezuela. And little did I know that there was already a cipher in Venezuela that was brewing and growing, because one of the brothers that I used to attend classes with at a law school, Sharif, he moved out there. He moved out there in the early 2000s. I want to say like 2002, 2003. And he started building out there. And ironically, like it really is a small world as much as we want to look at it from a large spectrum. One of those brothers who was part of that cipher in Venezuela moved to Mexico City while I was building with the brothers in Mexico. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. I was like, the coincidence is insane, man. I was like, yo, I'm on my way. In like 3 weeks, I'm on my way to Mexico City. I was like, why don't you meet up with the brothers out there, and we'll have a cipher. And that's basically how I just started building with a lot of brothers who were interested in the knowledge. And I remember building with a brother from the Canary Islands, a couple of people from Mexico, quite a bit of people from Colombia, quite a bit of people from Venezuela, and quite a bit of people from Argentina. Now, my background is, I come from a Cuban household, but I come from up north. I come from Jersey. So, although I come from a Cuban house, I'm very like Near Rican, so to speak, culturally speaking. You know what I mean? Because I was exposed to that world, And so that being said, and then being exposed to the knowledge at the root of civilization, I ended up, I ended up kind of connecting these brothers and building on WhatsApp. We created a cipher together on WhatsApp, and I was like, listen, let's share ideas, because I know and understand that the Spanish language, how it traveled to all these different places, came in different like forms and dialects. So let's try to create like some type of cipher, so that because even though I got knowledge at the root and things like that, I'm not a self-centered person, God, and I'm not egotistical. I don't like to fucking put myself in the center of attention, man. That's not my forte. I deal with 360. I deal with understanding the equality of the cipher. I deal with everybody plays their part. So everybody's always hitting me up, talking about, yo, can you teach me? I'm like, listen, you have somebody in your area that I taught. You don't need to learn from me directly. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of brothers in this nation who they just need to have that number of students. You know, I wrote in my Instagram page, I wrote, today's mathematics is equality, not equantity. It's not about how many fucking people you got under your belt. It's about the quality of people that you roll with. You know?
Right.
So, that being said, you know, when I built with these brothers, I was like, listen, man, once you got student enrollment, you are a student enrolled. You have responsibilities. I'm not going to fucking take the responsibility of showing all these people that want to learn mathematics if you got mathematics. And I'm not going to go through the alphabet if you got the alphabet. I went through it with you, so your responsibility is to do the same to them. Because I'm not, listen, I live in reality. I got bills to pay, I got babies, I got a life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to stop everything so I can continuously repeat the same thing that I just said to you to the next person, because that person wants to learn, but they in your vicinity. You have access to that person. So why are you giving me that responsibility? Like, everything is real, man. I'm not trying to carry all that weight. You know what I mean? I'm not a martyr. I'm not nobody's, like, I'm not the center of attention. I don't need to be all that. So everybody needs to play their part. So that being said, when I built with these brothers, I said, listen, Argentina, you got one of the most unique accents and dialects to the Spanish language. I would like for you to add on to this idea that I have. I reached out to the brothers in Colombia, reached out to the brothers in Venezuela, reached out to the brother in Mexico, myself being a part of it, and then the brother in the Canary Islands who also had access to the Spain dialect. And I was like, what we could do is we could create a little bit of a council between us, and we can learn like how to decipher these lessons. I'll give you to the best of my ability to understand it, because a lot of the concepts I need you to understand. You know what I mean? And from those concepts, we'll go and we'll translate it together so that it's not all on me. It's not 120 degrees translated by infinite mind. Nah, that's not what I mean. You know what I mean? And when I started building with these brothers, we got up to our culture degree in the 1 to 14. And when we got to there, that's kind of where certain differences started to come into play on how the ciphers was being run. So since then, I kind of I took a little bit of a step back, and I was like, listen, there's 4 of y'all who has gotten to the 1 to 14. Everybody else, you know, they still in the up and coming. I'm not gonna rush you guys, and I'm not gonna at the same time wait for these people to do what they gotta do. So y'all figure it out for now, and then when the time is good and everybody's in a good position, we'll come to retranslating it again. So that this way it's not all on me, and I'm not just bringing my perspective to the table, because there's a lot of perspectives on not only translating, but there's a lot of history to this nation that didn't come from one source. So that's another important factor as well. So that's kind of what happened. Like we got to the 1 to 14, the culture degree, and one of the reasons we stopped is because some of the words in the culture degree, like we ran the devil, like, you know, to run someone or to run something, you know, it's a different way of explaining it. You know, a correr, corrimo.
Right.
Like, you know, it's kind of, it's weird at that point. And I started to find those things in like the wisdom degree in a 1 to 10.
Right.
When it talked about who is the colored man, if you literally translated it, it says "Quién es el hombre de color," but literally, el hombre de color is the man of color. So
Right.
who is the man of color? That's not correct. It's actually not linguistically correct. So I looked a little bit in the dictionary, and I was like, yo, did y'all know that there's a word called descolorado? Descolorado means to decolor, because that's what the word colored in the wisdom degree means. Colored doesn't mean that something was colored in. It was that it was decolored. It was denatured. The color was taken away from it. So, one, understanding Elijah Muhammad, fourth grade level education, understanding the language of what it was to be a black man in 1930s to 1934, right? Understanding American culture and black American culture in the 1930s, and then from a fourth grade educated person like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who came from a biblical background. I believe that his father was a minister, and he was, at least that's what he said with his own mouth, that he was himself a Freemason, you know? So understanding that level of education, understanding that level of dialect, and then trying to translate it in 2020, you know, to a Spanish audience, you know, those were the things that I had to kind of like, we had to discuss. Because I'm like, you know, we can't say man of color because that's not what the wisdom degree is talking about. You know, the wisdom degree is not talking about a man of color. Because a man of color is one who has different colors, different pigments, different tones. But descolorado means it was a decolored man, and the color was stripped from. And then that's kind of what the lesson is talking about. So, and I'm just giving you a small example, God. There's really a lot more examples. It wasn't easy to get to the 1 to 14, but this is kind of the discussions. I just wanted to give you an idea of the discussions that we had amongst ourselves and how we translated it, so that it wasn't, you know, it's not just coming from one source. In other words,
It's coming from all different sources then.
right.
Okay.
So can you go with him add on like how you was telling me that you had translated the degree?
Yeah, you know, cause I when I wrote the first degree and translated in the student enrollment, right? You know, es quién es el hombre original. El nombre original es el nombre negro asiático. I had first el fabricante, and then the guy just looked at me and said fabricante, like, you know what I'm saying, because I was looking for a word of the makeup. So, you know, when I say fabricante, they both at me like, nah, that's not, that don't go in there. So me and the god Lord Infinite, and there was another god there named Freedom. You know what I'm saying? So we put el que hace, el dueño, la crema del planeta Tierra, padre de civilizaciones y Dios del universo. So I say that's more, you know, translating it right there word from word.
Right.
You know, so
And y'all had a problem with el fabricante because it sounds like fabricate.
yeah, that's what I put that word up in there. And the God Infinite and Freedom, they looked at me like, nah, cause that sound like fabricate. It do, but basically that's what it really means. You know what I'm saying? Cause I was looking for a word to make it. So when they put, you know, when he said el que hace, on that, but basically he put it in what the word literally means.
I actually like that, God, because I got it fabricante. So what I'm gonna do, and I'm glad that we had this conversation. I'm gonna actually, because I didn't consider that, you see, and that's why it's good to have everybody's perspective, God. I'm gonna actually put el que hace, right, and then I'm gonna build with the brothers who were part of that cipher, and I'm gonna be like, yo, listen, we got a new perspective. What do y'all think about in this bill, right? Like, I'm gonna give you another example. The 12th letter in the supreme alphabet, L, love, hella, right? We originally had amor, infierno, or justo, but that's actually not good. It's not a good translation, because justo, right, means to be like, to be right, right? But we're not talking about being right. We're talking about righteousness. So we actually changed it as a council to amor, infierno, or rectitud, because rectitud means to stand upright. So that's how we translated that. And then we discussed it, and we was like, word, that actually does make more sense. And then we went into that little translation right there. So that was dope that you gave me the fabricante, because that kind of went over my head.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
Yeah, you know, and the knowledge wisdom degree, love hella right. I got amor, That's love, hell, infierno, or derecho. That's how I have
Derecho.
it. Yeah, that's
Right.
love, hell, or right, derecho.
Yeah. Yeah, we had derecho too, but rectitud just sounded more phonetically.
And
Phonetically sounding like it sounded like okay, now that sounds a little bit closer.
long as it's not changing the idea, I agree with it, God.
Right, facts, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Long as it's not changing the idea, it's right and exact.
right. What do you have for like the understanding degree when it says the uh um um what is the population of the original nation in the wilderness? What do you have for wilderness?
Oh,
Because I'm getting
that's what I was building with the God that wrote his 1 to 10, and I wrote my 1 to 10. I got for wilderness. I got um a desierto, and
okay. Now
and
desierto, more
uh-huh.
like desert, right?
Yeah, it's like a desert, but that's the closest word that I looked up when I googled it because the God Lord Infinite had put selva, and selva is a
Okay.
jungle.
Right. I'm gonna give you another word and look this word up, because it means wilderness. Yermo. Yermo.
Yermo, yeah, I seen that one too. Yermo.
Yeah, so we actually we put Yermo, and we discussed all those three words in that small group of people. We discussed all three of those words that you just said right now, which is desierto, which sounded more like desert.
Right.
Selva was more of a jungle, so it was like, nah, that don't make no sense. And then I found Yermo. I presented it to them, and I was like, what do y'all think about this word? And then they looked it up and was like, yeah, that actually does make sense. And so we use Yermo in that one.
Yeah, but that's good, God, because you're not changing the idea.
Right,
The
right.
like you see, because the thing about Spanish is that the words change slightly. Like, look, Puerto Ricans say cosa, and the Dominicans what they say vaina.
Right now, right?
Long as you're not changing the significance and it's the same meaning to the word, that's how we'll be able to translate it because words change like that in Spanish.
Facts. So is Mega with you? Mega, you still
Yeah, he
here right
right
now?
here.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. All right, I want you to hear something, right? So the God come from a Boricua background, right?
Right.
And I come from a Cuban background. Our Spanish, even though it's the same, is mad different, right? But some of our Spanish words are not even from Spain. They from like an African indigenous original dialect. So I'm gonna say a word to the God, and he's gonna tell you what it means, and I'm gonna tell you what it means in Cuba, right? Yo, God, what does the word bicho means in Puerto Rico?
Dick.
Right. It means bug. It means bug in Cuba, God. It means
A bug.
insect. It means
Mm.
insect. And that's not a Spanish word. That's not a Spanish word. That's an indigenous word. You know what I mean? Another word that we use is que hola. That's a Cuban thing, que hola, which means what's up.
Yeah.
I said it is not a Spanish word. I said it is like that's my dude, that's my fan, that's my brother. I said it. There's no such word. It's a made-up Cuban dialect word that most likely comes from an indigenous group of people. This is the reason I say that, because this is the reason why I thought it important to have a council as opposed to an individual trying to translate the lessons. Because if I sit here and I give you a fucking Cuban version of the lessons, you're gonna be like, hey, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because culturally, even though of course there's a familial similarity, and there's a lot of fucking parallels with Puerto Rican and Cuban culture. That's fucking obvious. But there's also some of the things that like the words that I just said that would completely throw you off. Because if I was in a family barbecue, if we were in a family barbecue right now, and I'm in the God's family barbecue, and I'm like, there's an insect flying around me, and I'm like, get that bicho de mi cabeza. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna be like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, you can't say that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Wow,
saying?
wow, wow. That's interesting, God. Because I was just going back and forth with an 85. I was telling God about the Bible and the different translations of the Bible and the different
Right.
cultures that it went through, and how those words can mean different things. And then culturally,
Facts.
just like the word virgin in Hebrew really just means like a young woman,
A young woman.
a young lady. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you get into like the Roman culture, it means one who hasn't had sex. So
Right.
you know what I mean? Like the language, like you got to be real careful, and through the translations and interpretations, is when a lot of confusion can happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Facts.
you got to be very, very,
Facts.
very, very careful with that.
That's another reason why I thought it'd be important to have a council as opposed to an individual, God. And here's just to give you an idea of my background, God. I was fortunate enough, you know what I mean, to study at a university level.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a high school dropout, God, but I did drop back in. I got my high school diploma, and I was fortunate enough to get into college. And when I got into college, I did study social science and history. But when I got out of college, I became a teacher. And when I became a teacher, I started to look for certifications that would help me in my career at that time. And I not only got my teacher certification, but I also got an ESL or an ESEO certification, which is teaching English as a second language or teaching English as a foreign language. And I've taught adult high schools where many people, I taught them how to speak English. I taught them how to speak English, how to read English, and how to write in English. And much of what I've learned and the difficulty of learning something like an English language, and with that certification, because I do have an academic background in it, like I'll give you an example. There, and there. I'm giving you three words that are the same, but they're spelled differently and they mean completely different things.
Right. Correct.
If I told you, yo, God, I got chased by a bat the other day, the first thing in your head, right? Because you from New York, you'll be like, what the fuck? You was down by the Italian niggas who used to carry bats on the fucking stoops, and they used to, I was by a cave, and a fucking rodent flew out the cave and the motherfucker chased me while I was running down the street. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm using what is called a homonym or a homophone, whatever the fuck that terminology is. It's the same word, but it means completely different fucking things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, understanding that, this is one of the reasons why I'm very careful with the translation, and the whole 120 is not translated yet. Now, you're going to have a brother, I'm not going to mention his name, because I'm not like that. I'm not going to throw dirt on nobody's name, but I'm going to keep it real. I gave this person the same lessons that we were translating, and he took it upon himself to translate the entire 120 on his own. He never acknowledged 120, right? And he just, I'm not negating him, right? I don't want to give you a bad version of why he did what he did. He did what he did because he wanted it done, and he wanted to teach it because we have work to do. Where I told him, calm the fuck down. We don't need to be moving that fast. Everything will happen in its time, right? So I don't think he's wrong, but he's wrong. But I have to tell you that he's wrong, right? I don't completely believe in my heart that he's completely wrong, but he's wrong because I gave you the lessons for us to translate in this group, not for you to take it and translate it on your own.
Well, what does he make? Is he teaching it as the standard, or is he teaching it as, this is?
I don't know, God.
Okay,
I don't know,
see,
because
but that's important. That's important. That's
exposed to a lot of people in this nation who say if you got it this way, you didn't get it right. And I don't need to elaborate.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
so,
Well, I mean, there's a lot of those. There's a lot of people like that too.
Exactly.
Right.
And if there's one thing that me and you understand, and that's why I fucks with you, Mecca, is that we understand that Allah, and when I say Allah, I'm speaking specifically right now about the father of this nation. He taught many people, and he taught them so fucking different. It's ridiculous at how masterful he was at his art and his scientific fucking methodology of teaching, that he was like, I'm going to teach you what you need. Because if you need this, then that's what I'm going to give you. If you got refinement in your math, it's because you needed it. I know that because I spoke to these people personally. And I've been around those who walked with Allah. And I've been around those who walk with Allah who have refinement and those who don't have refinement. And you know what? They're both fucking right. They're both right. Because
just had a
Allah
thought
was
on
a
that.
masterful teacher, and his pedagogy, meaning his science and his art of teaching, was so fucking fantastic that he even fucking taught a motherfucking cracker like Barry Gothers and got him to allow him to get shit and from the city for him, and yo, like up to Mayor Lindsay was like, yo, we gotta call Allah. We gotta call him when we got an issue in Harlem. We gotta call Allah. You know, so that's how skillful he was. That he was able to tread in the system, get what he needed from the system, go to these specific brothers, get what he needed from them, get what he he was a masterful teacher. He knew how to teach you based on what you needed to know and what you needed to apply in your life specifically. I always said that supreme mathematics is conceptual, not contextual. It's not confined to the English language. It is universal language. That's why we are able to translate it into different languages, because the same people who built the pyramids in Mexico came from the same mindset and culture that the people who built the pyramids in Egypt and Kemet, ancient Kemet, right? The same base measurement of the base measurement of the solar or sun pyramid in Egypt is the same exact measurement of the sun pyramid in Mexico City and the city of Teotihuacan. Same exact measurement. And yet these people allegedly never fucking spoke with each other. Why? Because they understood supreme mathematics. They understood the culture of mathematics, what me and you call Islam. But we know as Islam as I sincerely love Allah, mathematics, I self-lord and master, I stimulate life and matter, I study life around me. However we draw it up, we know and understand that it's a concept and not a context. That's why we don't get caught up in Islam as a religion. Because we understand concept means an idea that was translated. No matter what language you speak, yo, God, let me ask you a question, right? Do you think you can go, and this is for both of y'all, do you think you can go and start quoting the power degree in the 1 to 10 in Mexico, in fucking Zanzibar, in South Africa, in fucking China? Do you think you can quote it as is, and people gonna look at you like, oh yeah, that's right?
Yeah, man. The power degree, 196,940,000 square miles.
No. You know why?
I don't.
Think, think about why do you think they'll look at you like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Either they don't know if they don't know the measurements, or they don't know the language of.
Exactly,
Okay.
Exactly.
Oh, so you're saying how it's said, like 196,940,000 square miles.
God.
Right.
They deal with the metric system. They are dealing with meters.
Okay.
They're not dealing with the so-called standard.
Okay.
Think about it. Let's get into language, God, because I'm gonna get into language because I told you I really study language. When I studied the lesson that sticks out to me the most, right? There's two lessons. One is my favorite lesson, and one that sticks out to me the most. My favorite lesson is the knowledge degree in the 1 to 14. Have you not heard that your word is born regardless of who or what? Right? The power of the word. And the culture degree in the 1 to fucking 36 is the lesson that always comes into play every time I have a discussion with somebody, because he does not speak his own language. Because we go into fucking Germany talking about, yeah, the planet Earth is 196,940,000 square miles. And they looking at you like, what the fuck is a mile? What are you talking about, my man? We don't fucking deal in miles. We're the United States is one of the only countries that deals in this system of measurement. And you know what they call this system of measurement? They call it the standard or the imperial system of measurement. Think about the word standard and think about the word imperial. Standard means that this is the exact one, this is the right one, fuck everybody else's. This is standard, right? And the imperial means that this is the top notch of all fucking measurements. Are you fucking high as a kite, dude? Did you know that in ancient Mexico they didn't even deal with the metric system? And they don't have a name for what they use to measure, but they know that there was a measurement, a system of measurement that they know it's equal to this in miles and in meters, but they don't know what to call it. So they actually call it TMS, Teotihuacan metric system. That's what they call it. And you take a metric ruler and then they add a specific number on top of the metric ruler in order to use their system of measurements. This is the reason why we have 1,037 and 1/3 miles per hour on the planet Earth. Because we don't know what the system of measurement was in history, that they probably had a whole fucking number. And here we are dealing in fractions and fucking decimals. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is the science of the English language. The science of the English language is meant to confuse people, God. This is why we say one thing and sometimes it means something other than what we say. Culturally speaking, if you go to, and this happened, I'm speaking from experience. Growing up in Jersey, I remember somebody from Los Angeles. I was a teenager at that time. They moved to Jersey, and they were talking in their slang, and they actually were offending my peoples around them. Now, because, at that time, even though I didn't have knowledge of myself, I was still somewhat righteous. I was trying to prevent my people from fucking jumping this dude because he was using fool. Yo, man, this fool, hey, fool. And my people got offended by that. And I was like, yo, but that's how they speak, chill. Right? And this is language, God. This is just cultural language based on where you from, how I'm from up north, God. We say, what up, my nigga, what's good? Down here, I don't talk like that. I feel uncomfortable talking like that. I'm like, yo, this is weird down here, man. I can't even talk. I can't be how I am up north. I can't be like myself down here because it's fucking weird. Culturally speaking, they have a different history down here. It's just a different world. So I have to respect it and be like, yo, listen, I'm not originally from here, so I'm gonna adapt to the land that I'm from. You know what I mean? So that being said, just understanding language and the differences in language, even when we're speaking the same language, it shows how difficult it is sometimes to translate things contextually.
Right.
However, we deal with the best part, which is the understanding. Because understanding is to see things clearly for what they are, not what they appear to be. Not what they appear to be. And the language is just how it appears to be. It's just how it sounds. It's just how it, that's why when we build and we come to an understanding, we see what it's called. Well, how do we say it? We say eye to eye, right? Mm-hmm. That's one mind. Because we build it with the mind. We know that we're not just dealing with the physical phonetic sound that's coming out of my mouth. We're not just dealing with the physical language. We're dealing with something more, we're dealing with something supreme. That's what we do. We're dealing with the highest form of it. And the highest form of it cannot be confined to language. It can only be translated from, it's like, alright, I'm going to tell you something about translation, right? If Beethoven created a symphony using the piano and using scales can write musical notes based on the symphony that he created, you're telling me I can't play the same motherfucking tune with a violin or a guitar or a different instrument that uses the same number of keys and shit like that?
Absolutely.
Now cipher, God. Right?
Yeah,
or am I bugging out?
No, you could play. Yeah, you could play. Yeah, you could play because that's what I do. I'll take something that's written in piano by Beethoven and translate it into guitars and strings.
Right. You a music man, huh? You know the sound. You know what I'm talking about. You produce. You made music. You understand scales. You understand. Let me take you. You work now with digital programs that you can write the music or play the chord on a piano, and then translate that piano chord into a fucking scale and be like, you know what? Let me change the instrument of the same fucking shit I just played, but with a different fucking instrument. You know what I mean? And that's what we're doing with language. Now, let me ask you a question. Is the understanding being lost when you do that?
I wouldn't say no. I wish. Why would it?
Exactly. So, I say that, for those who frown upon us translating lessons or mathematics or supreme alphabet into, if there's one thing that I tell people all the time when I translate it, especially the people from these countries, I'm like, yo, no one understand this is an English language. It's English language. It's English lesson C1 for a reason. I'm not gonna give you Spanish lesson C1 because who the fuck am I? I'm giving you what was given to us to study. Right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna fucking write the history of fucking Francisco Pizarro or Hernan Cortez or fucking, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that. That's not.
Well, I mean,
That's
you
not
could,
my.
you could, you could, you could be that would
Yeah,
be.
but I put it on 120, go.
Oh
I'm not
right, you
gonna
would
do
no,
that.
no, no. It wouldn't be a part of 120. It wouldn't be a part of 120, but it'd be your understanding. Like, okay, well, I got an understanding from like because that's we built on this before. Like, the English C lesson is English, but people from of Spanish heritage have a different history. So
Right.
like
Let me ask you a question, Mega. Let me ask you a question, God. And God, Son God, you still there? I want you to retort, not retort in a rebuttal form, but I want you to add on to what Mega's answer, right? So Mega, this my question to you. It's a very simple question. Why was the supreme wisdom lessons given to the North American Negro and not to motherfucking Brazilians who had more African diaspora people in Brazil than there were in North America? Why was it
I
specifically
would say, I mean,
designed
the English,
for the North
the
American
English,
black man?
the English, the American Negro needed it more. He was in an ill position or ill condition.
Thank
I,
you, God. Son God, do you agree with that, or do you have a different understanding of that, God?
Well, I was reading that book, and I know that in Brazil, the majority. That's why when you ask the question, that the majority of original people, they it was a continent that there were more original people there,
Right.
in North America. But yeah, the question, I I think both of them needed it. They were
Right.
both lost.
Right. All right. So let me add on to that. Right. One of the reasons why I think, and I'm not telling you that I'm right, but this is my study coming from an academic background. Of my bachelor's degree is in African studies with a concentration in history and political science. That is my background, right? And then growing up in a Cuban household, one of the reasons why I think, and I'm not telling you that I'm right, why I think that the knowledge was brought over to the North American black man in the 1930s, as opposed to maybe the Cuban, the Puerto Rican, or the Brazilian, is because culturally speaking, right, the the black man in the Caribbeans and in Central South America still had a part of their culture, their African culture, attached to them. Because even though the Catholic religion imposed the laws of chattel slavery, and they did change the name of the so-called of the black man, the so-called slave. They did change the identity, right? They still allowed them to practice some of their African heritage beliefs. In Brazil, Yoruba is extremely popular. The fact that I even know some African dialect, right, it says it all to me. This is one of the reasons, because outside of Louisiana, outside of New Orleans, which was a French colony, the English settlement did not allow. They ruled with a motherfucking iron hand, right? That biblical quote that is used in the knowledge born degree in the 1 of 40, when it says that servant who knew his Lord's will and prepared himself not, neither did according to his will shall be beaten with many stripes. This is something that the English colonies, and I read this in the narrative of Frederick Douglass, this is something that the English slave masters and the descendants of the English slave masters used to beat the black man and woman into submission, to prepare themselves to show them and justify why Christianity allowed slavery. This is what they used. We use it something somewhat different, but in places like in Cuba, you were able to still practice the Balo religion or the Alagua, or because my father was Alagua and my mother was Balo. You know what I'm saying? And I came from those cultures. So what does Yoruba tell us was that the elements or of nature were what Catholics call the saints. This is why I was able to be translated. So somebody like San Lazaro has I forgot his African
Name.
counterpart.
Oh.
Say it again.
No, I thought you said his name. I thought you said yeah.
No, no,
That.
no. He had an African counterpart.
Okay.
Like I think the Archangel Michael was I think he was I want to say Baal,
Mhm.
but I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't remember off the top of my head.
I was just belling with him about that, about the Yoruba culture, kind of lining up with the Catholic culture. That was a way of original people
Catholicism.
retaining the Yoruba culture or African
Oh.
culture by way of
Right,
Catholicism. That was their way of
right.
having it
They were able to
survive.
integrate it. They
That
were
that
able
that
to integrate it. They
yeah.
were able to be like, oh, this sounds like this. Because, what, like in reality, God, if we're gonna take it to the root of it all, those biblical saints were actually stories of the stars. When it talks about the 12 disciples, it's talking about the 12 zodiacs. When it talks about like certain things, and we understood that because the Yoruba culture is probably like a very um, um, it's a very descended version of the Medu Neter. Because what is the Medu Neter translated? Many people be like, yeah, that's the book of the God. That's what it means, the book of the gods, right? But literally, it translates to the book of the elements, the book of elements. That's what nature means, or nature, however you pronounce it. I don't fucking know. But that word actually means elements. It doesn't mean gods. But people translate it today as gods because they didn't see the difference between what they considered the elements. The elements meaning earth, wind, fire, water, wood, metal, shit like that, to the deities that we know of, because the deities had certain characteristics. The deities of ancient Africa, the deities of ancient Asia, these deities had certain characteristics that were godlike. So we called them, they were the elements. So when Yoruba practiced it, they were like the rocks were the saints. The rocks, what is a rock? A rock is is the earth element, the element of the earth. You know what I'm saying? I remember my mom giving fruits to the rock and giving it water, and then there would be a candle. All the elements was there. And I understood it, like I understand it now a lot different than I understood it as a child, because now that I got knowledge of myself, and now that I got knowledge of this information, I'm like, oh shit, that's fucking crazy, yo. You know what I mean? You'll find the parallel stories of many saints in Catholicism with many of these elemental beings in Yoruba. And the reason why was because they come from the same source. They come from what ancient chemical, the Medu Neter, which is the book of the elements. And what is the book of the elements? The book of the elements is just basically a book of life. It's a book about the earth. That's all it is. It's nothing different. You know what I mean? One of the reasons why you'll find astronomical parallels in ancient Kemet with like the constellation of Orion, or the Sphinx aligning with the constellation of Leo, and then you go all the way to fucking Mexico, and you're like, yo, these dudes are doing the same fucking thing. They're aligning the constellation of Orion. You go to Nazca, Peru, right, where these big ass geoglyphs are on the floor, and they're like, yo, this thing aligns with the constellation of Orion. Like, how the fuck? These motherfuckers allegedly never spoke to each other, man. You know what I mean? You go to Bolivia, right? There's a city called Tiwanaku. Tiwanaku has this fucking pillar with, it looks like yo, God, I swear if I showed you a picture of it, you'd be like, yo, is that's Egyptian, right? And I'd be like, nah, God, that's fucking actually ancient Inca. And you'd be like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, man. I'm like, holy shit, yes. They have fucking parallels. Why are they parallel? Because they all come from the same source. What's the same source? The sun, moon, and stars. That's it. They wrote stories of the stars, and they put it in mythological form. And then those mythological forms were translated into what we know as the Bible today. Right? Because what does Bible stand for? According to some people, it says basic instructions before leaving Earth. Right? Medu Neter, the book of the elements. What's an element? The life source of the Earth. Same thing. It's fucking rooted in the same idea and the same ideology. It just came in different forms, and then fucking through translation, as usual, the shit gets fucked up. Because when I play a game of telephone with a motherfucker, if I got 20 people, down the line and I say, yo, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? By the time it gets to the 20th person, that shit is gonna be like, Harry wanted to go to the store to get a car? What? How the fuck did that happen? Like, that's not even what I said.
The game of telephone.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens in translation throughout history. But because we dealing with the understanding, you know what I mean? I always say truth comes in many different forms, man. It does. It really does. And what I love about the form that we got it is, in my opinion, it's the most belligerent, blatant, in-your-face form. Like, the first thing we don't learn this shit in veils and secrets and fucking rituals. We don't do that. The first thing you fucking learn is, the original man is the Asiatic black man. That's the maker, the owner, the creator of the planet Earth, father, civilization, God of the universe. But like, god damn. You just fucking dropped a bomb on me. I didn't even have to fucking pay for these. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
That's what separates us from, like, listen, you go and you speak to let's say a Taoist, right? Somebody who practices the Tao, the yin and the yang principles. Their philosophy is, I want to learn how to become an immortal. What the fuck is an immortal? An immortal is a god, right? One of the only reasons why I know about this, and I think I told you this, Mega, in one of our conversations. When I studied in India back in 2006, I lived there for like 4 months. And I remember speaking with this guy who was a Buddhist. At that time, I was already a fucking 5%er. Now it's 120. I'm fucking hardcore 5%, right? But I'm being exposed to a different world. And I'm like, wow, this is fucking amazing because everything that I feel like I learned in my lessons is here. And this shit is fucking bananas. It's bonkers. So I'm speaking to this Buddhist guy. This Buddhist guy is just building. I'm listening to him. And I remember asking him a question because he was like, yeah, you know, the idea of Buddha is obtaining the enlightenment, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, what if I were to tell you that I'm a god? And he was like, that's easy to be a god. Try being a Buddha. And when he said that, for some apparent reason, like, a level of fucking understanding came to my fucking mentality that I'm like, holy shit, here I am speaking a language because God is not an Indian word. Here I am saying the word God, and they have a completely different idea of what I just fucking said using a word. But we're speaking English. He speaks English. That man speaks English. They were colonized by the English. But because of their Indian cultural background that goes back fucking thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years, it was like, yeah, it's easy to be a god. Try being a Buddha. I was like, damn, dude, I would never conceive that idea if I didn't have this conversation with you. I never even fucking put one and two together to, like, because I'm using a different language, man. Because we know and understand Buddhism in the 10th degree, right? And it's being 35,000 years old, and then we look at the word Buddha, and, you know, the word Buddha means something. It means to become enlightened. But then if you study the concepts of what it is to be an enlightened person, and you're like, damn, dude, you study things like the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, and you're like, damn, man, I don't come from this world, man. I don't come from the Four Noble Truths. I don't come from the Eightfold Path. You know what I'm saying? I come from a different world. I come from a colonized world. I don't speak my original tongue. Here I am speaking English to you. I'm not from fucking England. Even when I'm translating shit into Spanish, I'm not from Spain. Right. These languages come from countries that we're not from. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, the God born king mathematics, right? Up in Canada.
Yep.
He was like, yo, God, do me a favor, connect me with the brothers out of Mexico because I got a group of fucking people in Montreal who are translating Supreme Mathematics in French. I was like, holy shit. It's fucking amazing. Amazing. Think about that. He's in Montreal, but they speak French, God. Are they from France? No. Another fucking issue. Go to Brazil. Like, I remember who was the one that was telling me, the brother from Colombia, right? He was like, yo, I'm building with these brothers in fucking Portugal, but we're having a language barrier because I don't speak Portuguese. Right? They don't speak Portuguese, God. In Brazil. That's not Portugal. Right? So the point that I'm trying to make is that here in this side of the world, we're speaking a language that is from colonized people, from colonizers rather, excuse me. And we're here trying to fucking translate truth, but we're speaking it in a language that is constantly causing us to fight and kill one another over some dumb shit. Because we're not understanding, the language is what's fucking everything up. Why did we run Yaqub and his main devil across the root of civilization, across the outer Arabian desert into the caves of West Asia? They now call it zero. What did the devil bring with him? He brought his own what? Fucking language, man. And every single time we come together as a fucking nation and as a cipher, what is causing us from coming together and fucking really building a nation like we're supposed to?
Translations and interpretations.
The fucking language, man. We still over here now fucking, we still are, I seen a God in this nation, I'm not going to say his name, argue with a brother on 125th Street over the word brother and alite. I'm not going to call him my brother, but I'll call him my alite. Come on, God.
That sounds so silly.
That sounds silly.
That's my point, though, God.
Yeah.
That's my point. It's like we get into linguistic arguments. So when people are like, you can't have refinement in your math. I'm like, dude, you just don't get it. Like, it's a concept. It's an ideal. Who gives a fuck if you do or don't have it? Are you practicing it? That's it. That's all that matters. Power is only 5 because we speak English. If I say it in Spanish, it's for that. But the concept of the idea that it's the 5th principle because it's based on your ability to cause an effect and produce change. That's why it's the 5th principle. Because you can't change it from the fucking very beginning. You have to know it first. Then you need to apply it. Then you need to see it for what it is, not what it appears to be, so that you can live it. Then once you live it, then you can fucking bring about change. And you're so busy caught up in knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, freedom, power, refinement. No, it's not culture, freedom, it's only culture. You fucking missed the point. You missed it a long time ago. I don't even know how the fuck you got this. Like, it's clear as day to me. I know it's clear as day to Mecca. I know it's clear as day to Sunyas. Because we deal with the understanding, we're not caught up in language. Because if we're too busy caught up in language, if Mecca was too busy caught up in language, there'd be no fucking law school of Mecca YouTube channel right now. Straight the fuck up.
Right.
It wouldn't happen because you would be like, no, I don't feel comfortable calling it a law school of Mecca. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. You know what I mean? If we were too busy fucking caught up in language and fucking beefing over some, come on, man. We need to rise above this shit a lot better. We got to do a much better job, man. Because right now we getting our asses handed to us in the public arena in social media by these fake ass, fucking Hebrew Israelites, Nuwapians. Like they doing numbers on us. You know why? Because every time we try to come together and be like, let's build, you get like 10 gods, I'll get like 10 Hebrew Israelites. You know what's going on? All the Hebrew Israelites agree with each other. You know what's happening in the God cipher? Arguing amongst ourselves. In the middle of arguing against them.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
You don't believe me? Ask Freedom. Ask Minister Freedom what happened when he fucking jumped on it. And I told him straight up, don't do it, God. He was like, God, would you like to be a part? I was like, hell no.
I told him, no, don't do it too. I was doing the knowledge to it, but he later learned.
Yeah, no, listen. Freedom, Minister Freedom, that's a fucking soldier right there. That's the general. He calls me, I pick up in a heartbeat. He's like, boom, you tell me what you do, I got you, God. You a fucking general. I'm going to fucking follow you because I know and understand.
Want some water, God?
I'm following myself.
Thanks, God.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you want some more juice?
I take some more juice.
But with that one, I was like, nah, God, don't do it. Don't do it. Listen to your brother, man. Listen to your big brother, man. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it. Because I knew what was going to happen. And exactly what I said was going to happen, happened. The gods were arguing amongst themselves while the Hebrew Israelites were arguing with the gods. So we not only had to fight against them and their fucking silly-ass ideologies, we was too busy fighting against each other because we have too many different ideologies amongst each other.
Right.
We have too many different fucking ideas that are running amongst us that we just take jabs at each other unnecessarily. We unnecessarily take jabs against each other. We don't need to do that, man. There's only listen, in the Mexico cipher, there's a division. There's actually a division in the Mexico cipher. And I'm like, yo, you know what, man? Y'all need to stop that. Y'all need to cut the bullshit because it's petty. I'm like, there's only 5% of us. It's not that many, man. You know what I mean? We had a parliament, God, in the middle of what is called the Templo Mayor. And Templo Mayor is on the bottom of the largest Catholic church, and I think in Latin America. Mm-hmm. It's right there in Mexico City, right? And then in front of the Catholic church is the plaza where they have most of these events where people come and publicly speak and et cetera, et cetera. So the day that we had our parliament over there was, I believe the Socialist Party was having a protest in front of at the plaza. Meanwhile, we were having our parliament on the side. Like, the turnout was insane. There was fucking mad people there for the Socialist Party. And meanwhile, in our cipher, we wasn't small, but compared to that plaza that was packed to the brim, God, we only had like at less than 20 people, and the plaza was packed. Imagine a law school in Mecca and the Harriet Tubman School, and that is not fucking big enough. And the projects. Imagine all that. Imagine all 126th, 125th, and 127th Street between 7th and 8th Avenue. All of that shit. And I'm probably fucking understating it because that's how big the plaza was. All that shit was filled with the Socialist Party.
Wow.
And we only had 20 people. 20 people. And I'm looking around and I'm like, yo, y'all need to stop the bullshit, man. Y'all over here fucking, there's only 20 of us, my man. What the fuck are you fucking arguing about? Are you fucking kidding me? Yo, God, if we take every single fucking person in this nation, right? And we go to Washington and we march, right? Let's say we all go to the Million Man March. And all the guards come through. But then all the 85ers come through. Who's gonna outnumber who? The guards or the 85ers?
85, of course.
Right? And then what if the guards are fucking arguing against each other while the 85ers is organized? Do you know how that looks?
Horrible. Horrible. That's why, there's only 5% of the 5%.
Yo, that's always been my frustration, God. That we don't need that shit. There's too little of us for us to be constantly doing that with each other. But I understand different personalities and different identities can clash.
And personality worships.
But you can if you can go to work. I don't know if you have a job. If I have a job, and I don't know if you have a job, Sun God. But if you go to a job, there's people at your job that you can't fucking stand, but you go to work every day, right?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You get the job done every day, right? But you can't do that in this nation. Listen, I know there's people in this nation I can't fucking stand. But guess what? Let that person be like, yo, listen, I got an idea, and this is what I'm moving forward with. All right, yo, that's the God. I'm backing him the fuck up. He pisses me the fuck off. I can't. It's something about his personality. Maybe he just talks a certain way that I just can't stand. But he's getting the job done. Yo, I can say that about myself, God. I can comfortably say that about myself because I've done that. Because I've put my differences aside and have been like, yo, that's the God. He started a class. I don't like the God, but this ain't personal. You know what I'm saying? And we can have our conversations. We can have, yo, it's like I want to tell you stories, but I don't want to incriminate. You know what I'm saying? Why can't we just come together with those non-power refinement motherfuckers and just be like, all right, God, that's great. That's how you got it. It's amazing. This is how this brother got it. You know what I mean? And I got it from him.
There's a lot of personality worship, God. You know what I mean? And that's always going to be, man. Like the piece with the magnetic attracts the piece without. So there's always going to be that, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? And but it just matter of us just coming together with those of a like mind and building those ciphers. You know what I'm saying? Because the cipher at large, is great, but it's not functional on a level where you have to have these smaller ciphers. You know what I'm saying? You have to have different things to actually get things done because the cipher as at large would be a bit clumsy. You see what I'm saying? Because it's too much, and it's too much to handle all at one time. So it's better to have individual ciphers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm a firm agreeer of that after being in this nation and know and understand that everybody has a certain personality that flocks to a like-minded personalities, and that's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? The only issue that I have is when those personalities try to look down upon the other group's personalities. But it's like, yo, it's okay to have, like, it's okay for you to be over there, and I'm gonna be over there. Like, you know how it is, God. You go to a parliament, who's across the street, and who's inside the parliament? Usually, the motherfuckers across the street are the ones dibbling and dabbling in some alcohol or some equality. You know what I mean? And they don't go in the parliament out of respect. You know? But it's okay. Why do we have to have like, yo, maybe this parliament, maybe last parliament I wanted to act like holy guacamole and shit. But this parliament, I want to be across the street with them brothers and I want to share a fucking beer with them. Maybe I want to fucking share, some equals with them and shit, man. Maybe I just want to do it like that, you know? And that's okay. We don't need to be looking down upon each other, man. There's only 5% of us. It's not that much. I promise you it's not that much. And we have to learn, and I don't know, I don't have the answer for this, and I don't want to pretend like I do. But we have to learn how to come together with people that we disagree with in this nation and not to be so goddamn disagreeable. And just allow time, because today's mathematics is equality. And equality is based on the principle of time. Because time is the truth that I master equally. And I can't master that equally if I'm not dealing with the truth in myself first. And if I'm dealing with the truth in myself, then I can deal with the truth in you. Because if you're dealing with the truth in yourself, because the truth that I master equally is the reality of me being the true and living God. Ain't no mystery God. So if you can bear witness to that shit within yourself, and I bear witness to that shit within myself, then I need to see myself in you. I need to see that there are lessons that I need to learn about myself through you and your personality. Because this is, we all come from one mind. We're just different entities of that one mind.
Right.
That's how I see it, God. That's my understanding. That's how I see it. I see that Allah is one, but it also says all for a reason. Because we all Allah.
No, that's right.
But we all one mind. Like, it's just different. You know, like, I'm infinite mind, but you infinite mega. Like, you infinite.
I'm Allah.
I don't know if you're gonna. I don't know if you got another name to
God, my name is Allah Infinite. But I just
okay, Allah Infinite, there it is.
yeah,
So
Allah Infinite.
so you my Allah Infinite, you my version of me being Allah Infinite. I know how to stay quiet when Allah Infinite speaks because that's me. He's doing what I need to do in that body. I'm doing what I need to do in that body, just like you're doing what you need to do in this body. But like, yo, Inf is down there in Miami and South Florida. He's handling the shit that's what I would be doing down there, but he's doing it that way because that's him. You know, that's how I see it. Just like Sun God is Sun God and Pelon. You know what I mean? I see. That's what A alike mean to me. A alike means one mind.
They're like mine, right?
That's what we going through in our different form. And C alike is because we come from that one mind. We all bear witness to that one reality.
Well, God, we are developing because the poor part is the part where the knowledge and wisdom is lacking. So, you know, we get into that. You know what I'm saying? We developing that, and it is a struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like so, like you know when I deal with that degree like the poor part, God, like I know that I care. I mean, this says he didn't care, but I care. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like that, like so when it comes down to it, it's a matter of caring to develop that poor part into the best part. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But look, Lord, I got to travel, God, because and I'm actually in the guard's rest right now, and
Okay.
I know he's about about to get back.
You gonna freeze your ass off, man.
Nah, it's actually nice out here. You know what I'm saying? I
Actually, I had to open the window because the guard was sweating up in here.
yeah, it was.
Because you come from Pelon where the boilers come from the 19th.
Yeah, this building is over 100 years old, God.
The
Yeah.
fucking Califaction, son. That's the fucking
Yeah.
Califaction.
Yes,
If you accidentally walk into that shit, you got a tattoo.
Right. I mean, it ain't as nice. It's not as nice as where you at. You in You in the tropical
Where he at?
Miami.
Okay.
God, I'm in a t-shirt, God. I'm in a t-shirt right now.
Is
That's
in a
cool.
t-shirt, right? Yeah. You,
I'll keep it in the buck with
he,
you,
you
man.
could you
Like,
could go to the beach and get in the water.
yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I definitely can.
Ah
Yeah.
man, yeah. Don't style on us too much, man.
No, I'm not, because I'm gonna tell you what. One thing y'all have that I miss is the social equality. Out there is not like that. Down here is we don't really deal with it like that, you know. And I'm not saying it amongst the gods. It's just that one, everything is very far away, so you need to see a law rule, and two, it's just so different here culturally that I don't like when I'm up north, God. My mom is like, yo, I thought you came to visit me. Cause I haven't seen you in like 3 days. Like, cause I leave. I'm like, hey, I drop my bags off, give my mom a hug and a kiss, and next thing you know, I'm in Nawa. I'm down in fucking Chinatown. I'm down the block. I'm down, and my mom's like, yo, dude, I thought you came to visit me. Like, why do you like leave like all the time? Because like that's just what I don't know. There's something about New York and always being socially everywhere. Where here is, I don't know, I don't know how to describe it. Maybe one day you'll come down here, chill with me, and I'll try to explain it to you, and you'll see it for yourself.
Well,
Cause
I do
like,
plan on getting down there. I do plan on getting down there, making that pilgrimage down there. So yeah, I'm gonna take you up on that, God.
all right, Jill, big. I'm gonna let you get home, man. I appreciate this phone call. Oh, yeah, before we leave, and I know you gotta go, Mega, real quick. Yo, son, God, I hope I answered your questions, and if you got any more questions, take my map down, take my information down, and we'll build, God.
Okay, I'm gonna get your man from the guard, Inf Mega, man, and I really enjoyed the bill, God. That was peace.
Peace, God. I appreciate you, man. I definitely enjoyed. And I apologize for talking so goddamn much, man. I definitely want to hear.
Now you give it up. I appreciate you. I
Yeah, that's
appreciate.
peace,
I
God.
appreciate you giving up, and I always enjoy our bells. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But we need to do it more. You know what I'm saying? Maybe next time we could do a Zoom call or something.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
For sure,
Let's
man.
draw that up though. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate that. I did a little recording because I knew you was gonna give it up, so I had to turn the camera on and record this. So this will go on
You
the
already.
channel. We're gonna put this on the channel.
You already, man. Y'all, I hope y'all safe travels, God. I hope y'all have a good one, man. Enjoy yourselves and stay warm, man.
All right, Almighty.
Peace.
Enjoy your mathematics, Almighty. I'll be with you soon. God, peace, God.
You too. Peace to the God.
Peace. I
Yeah.
would like to say that at the end. Peace.
If Mega did this.